Check, check, check. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Planet Nomads. Now, it may not look like I've actually gotten that much done right now, but I really have, because what I did was I had this entire platform surrounded. I had all of the walls up, and I started looking at it, and I was like, this is too big. I mean, granted, I wanted to have plenty of space, but it was too big. So I've changed a few things. For one, let me get up here where I can show you. I've moved the conveyor connector floor panels back a bit. So I haven't done it with those yet. I'm going to redo that side later and get that moved back over. And I may not even use the connector panels there because I may be trunking things a little differently. What I'm thinking, because there is still a bug right now, or, you know, performance issue with stacking containers together, I may leave this side to be fabricators and go ahead and do like the grow bed, like, you know, the food growing stuff down here, and just have this side be all that kind of production that ties into one set of containers, and then this side will be all my other production. But like I said, the platform's too big, so I've already taken out all the walls, and basically I've left it up like here's the two pieces of wall that I left from what I had set up. So you can see how far back I'm going. I'm bringing it in by 3 on each side, and I have already moved the tower column, the little, you know, support column, back. So everything's gonna get moved in by 3, which means my little you know, zigzag stair set is going to get taken out too. But I did redo at least this side, and so you can see it's kind of reconnected straight down the middle, and that's where they're coming in. I may do like a connector there, or I may wait and just do the, you know, deuterium generators over here. But I am going to bring it all in. It just needs to be a little bit smaller, make it look a little bit better inside, and that's what I'm going to do first today. Now, I have already started working on splitting off certain things. So I've got power ground south, and I've got power ground north. And what that means is I can turn off all power to the entire south side of the structure with just turning on that. So it's another reason why I want to segment certain things out. I can turn that off and have that working, but of course it's also just to help control how I've got the power going. I will be putting up one here that is specifically for, you know, it's going to link to all of the refineries, and then I'll have another one that's linked up probably from the middle, in the ceiling middle, for lighting, and I'll have light, you know, separation, like trunks going off each side. So it'll be like floor power and, you know, things like that. I'm going to get really specific with it. But right now, I've got a lot of stuff being produced up there on the hill. I've got a lot of stuff in my inventory that I pulled out from the walls. And I've got 4 or 3 more columns to move, and a whole bunch of flooring to remove, as well as putting all the walls back up. So I'm going to be busy with that probably till the next morning. Okay, well, it is morning, or about to be morning. You know, I can't see the sun yet, but it's starting to come up over the horizon past that way. And I have shrunk everything down. You can see how big of a difference it makes. It really feels a bit more compact. And you see how much I shaved off on the edge there. I will later on go back and recolor that all white. And I've already started putting in some of the ceiling because it did rain very heavily during the night. And I kept getting a temperature warning. So I put that so I could just run in here and be like, ah, comfortable, warm again. Okay, run back out in the cold, freezing rain. So I've got that going. We can see a little bit better now. I've added another refinery already over here. I've got 3 here to build. I've got 2 left here. So what I'll do is I'll build these real quick, and we're going to continue the connection. Now, I've actually disconnected these in terms of power already, because I wanted to make sure I didn't overdo it just yet. And I'm going to go ahead and just basically get these all prepped up. I am going to leave it like this, so there'll be a spot on the end for each of these, so I can add more later. Like, let's say I need more refineries, or I add something else right there instead of a refinery. But we've got all these, so now I can get this going, which means I'm about to have my switching for this side set up. So that means I need to get those set up on their own switch. Now, I've got the switch below, and I really don't want to have to keep changing this around. So what I'm thinking is I need to put some, well, I could put it, if I put it with the ceiling tile, then I can't replace that ceiling tile because it'll mess everything up there. So, question is, do I want to worry about a ceiling tile, or do I want to put it like on one of these? Like I could do, you know, that sort of thing. Maybe, no, it's not going to let me mount it. Oh, can I mount it to the wall here? Come on. Ah. All right, I can mount it that way. I can mount it like on that right there, but I can't mount it the other way. So I think what that means is I need to add some more ceiling pieces going this direction. We'll just do that really quick so I can have at least this back piece right there. So I know I'm getting them lined up because I don't want to mess up my alignment and then have to replace them because I got them in a different alignment and now I can't make it work. So I'm going to find my spot for these and get backed up a bit. And so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my spot right there in the middle, which is not exactly middle on anything, unfortunately. But yeah, it's in the middle, so we'll go with this one. And I should be... Where's my power? Why am I not seeing the power thing for this? I see containers, I don't see power. Alright, I'm going to assume it's somewhere like, you know, right around this area. The back ones there will be the continuing connectors going up if I end up using that same function. So we can go with a power connector right there. And that we will call, I guess, power first floor refinery. I think that's how I've got it named below. I've got to go back down and look real quick. Let's go ahead and get these done just so it looks a little bit better. I don't like having the little, you know, wire frame sitting like that. Well, let's see, where is that one? Power ground S. So this is going to be power first. We'll just call it power first because I know floor. I know that's what it is. And it's raining again. All right, power first south refinery. So there we go. Power first south refinery. Or, you know what? 1S refinery. So first floor south refineries. Nah, refinery's good. That's fine. That's enough. I know what it is. So I need to connect. Well, I need to finish these up too. Get these done. So that way it's all finished. And then connect everything up power-wise. And I will have a total of 8 refineries ready to go. And I'll just go ahead and do these like this. Yes, that's lining up. Okay. Like that. All right. So that is all of those. And I kind of am having power with the problems with the floor or the conveyors being so close to the wall here, but that also will help me in the end. So let's get positioned right now. We're going to rotate that, and then 1, 2, 3, done, 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 done. So these are all connected. That means if I want to add something else, all I have to do is come here. And I can always be like, well, you know, here's where the connectors are, these two. I want to tie them into storage on the next floor. So take this out, put a 3 connector, a T connector there instead. So it points upwards and let it keep going. And I could always, you know what, I'll swap those out in a moment too. Because I'm not going to need those like that. Yeah, let's take that one out if I can. I mean, it should not break anything. Should not. There we go. Okay. That's promising because it did not take so long to calculate all the changes. Sometimes these will take 30 seconds to calculate all of the physics changes with it. in terms of what needs to fall, what doesn't need to fall, how does the weight change. So there, that's finished up. That looks good. We're going to go ahead and connect all of these. We still have no power because I need to connect it down to the level below. So it will be incremental controls. No, not what I meant to do. No, I have to fly back over. Go. Connect electricity. Yes, all right. Not gonna accidentally hit the wrong thing. And bam. Okay, so those have power and those have something else going on. What's going on with these? Oh, because they're trying to make stuff and I don't have any supplies in there for it. So we'll take that out. And now they're all good. So I can go and be like, hey, you know, control panel, go to this one and be like, off. And now they're all off and nothing else will be affected. So that's done. And what I'm going to do is probably have it where the one below here, which I cannot see, it will connect to the ceiling right here above this spot. So basically the center will be the utility element for each floor, like lights and doors, anything like that. Because I do have a door here. I need to get power to the door. So that's what I'm going to be doing on that. I'll just put it on the ceiling and then start doing some lights on each floor. But hey, I've got it started. I've got a ton of refineries now. And I need to actually go and probably get some more supplies brought over here. I will have more than enough in production for uranium. And that's all of them right there. Heck, I might just put a couple of storage containers up here and take the ones out from the underside and just leave that as straight conveyors and have all the actual storage up here. So I could feed off of there to one storage container on each side and let that be it. And the refineries could be pretty much self-contained for uranium. And then whenever I get to like, oh, hey, I'm going to have uranium coming from the hill up there, I have its own separate connector system, conveyor system that comes along here and connects on the underside to feed in just uranium to this chain, which will reduce lag when I open a container and will just keep it all going. So endless power basically. And I do have to move these back. I will have to do that to fix everything to make this look right. We'll actually go ahead and do that now by taking this one out and this one out and getting these set up right. And you know what? Yeah, we are going to go ahead and do the color the right way. And there we go. Okay, great. And then these will be removed. And I'm getting so much better at remembering where I've got everything on the toolbars again. All right, and that's broken there technically in this regard. I will fix it, but I think I'm going to leave the refineries separate in their own chain. So that connects below, that connects underside to here. And then this is left open in case they do fits. The problem with the way it lags when you open too many containers, so later on I can link it all together again into one system like I want. But for now, I probably won't connect these up. I'll just have it where I can use that to connect. This side will be refine or fabrication and stuff like that connecting up top. And I still have plenty of room. I have room along the back, which I'm going to have to use for placing down, I think, a set of stairs. We're going to have to do some stairs here. And while I like doing it this way, where I've got it in the middle because it lines up nicely, I would have to have a big gap for the stairs. I don't want that. So I'll probably be doing like a rotating stairwells where you go up one side, then you come out and you walk back this way and you just run up the stairs easily. But I'm going to get some more ceiling done, I think, and try to get at least my power connectors going for each side now and start being able to put some lights in. Okay, so I have gotten most of the ceiling done. I haven't done all of it. There's still the little, you know, grid section here. I've split it into 4, and I've got the basic power set up in there, so I can actually walk in through the door and it'll open automatically. And then I've got basically, I think, most of the light basis to go. I think it will actually be covered by the central power switch, and it shouldn't be a problem. What I'm having problems with now, again, is the way these stairs work. It's like I can't attach directly to it because it needs a block below it. And so that means basically I'm stuck doing something like this. Now I can either have it sticking back and out really awkwardly like that, or I can make it kind of fit, you know, right there, and then you walk up, you have a little flat section, I guess, you know, kind of like a landing between, you know, sets of stairs in a building. I really wish I could do it differently, but it's pretty much the way it's going to work. So I guess we're going to do it this way, and I already know that at the bottom of all this, I will have to use short stairs because it's not quite lining up right with the, you know, base floor level, the ground floor level. Like, I mean, I could do that and make it do there, but then I would have to step up when I come back down to get to keep going. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to make it do like this. Devs, please, if you're, you know, watching this, please set it up where I don't have to do something awkward like that. Just make it where they can connect directly to each other. Like that works simply because I'm right here on the ground. You know, I'm touching that part. Make it where the other ones will work too. Plus, look at this. If I walk forward, I hit the stairs, and then there's a slowdown as I start the next set of stairs up. It actually slows my movement down briefly, and then I continue walking. But it at least will work for now, and I'm inside. I actually have cover right here. I do need lighting, of course, so we can start with that now, and I'm thinking I'm going to color code the main utility stuff red. I don't want red lights, though. Red lighting would look really kind of evil, I guess you could say. You know, the kind of the best way to put it, I guess. Let's see, that's the second one there. We'll go with the third one in on each side. And we'll see how that looks once I get it done. This may take some, you know, rearranging a bit. I wish I had these marked. Okay, so yes, that right there. There, third one. Is that the almost had it lined up right. There we go. All right, so there's that. Disconnect electricity. I didn't know I connected electricity to it. Oh, that's right. You gotta connect from there. You can't connect from the light to the switch. You have to connect the switch to the light. Which, I mean, that really doesn't make much sense. But, oh well, you know, it may be something that gets fixed later. There we go. All right, so I've got light in two places, and I've got production in one place. We're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to add a light. Now that is 1, 2, and 3. It should be, yes, flush on each side. There we go. Disconnect. Oh, yeah, it should be connect. It should let me connect it straight from there. And this will be easier. I don't have anything in the way. So that is 2. That is number 3. And there we go. Guys, get it? Yep, got it. Got it. Good. So a little bit of light. I'll add more. I'll probably do it where they come in from the corners. Like one at the intersection between those two spots, and then one further in the middle, and I'll add like another one. Maybe, you know, not there. It'll be like one. We'll do like, say, one here. Like that. That's a good spot. One off from there. Like that. Will that work? That should give me plenty of light right in the middle. Oh, yeah. That will work great. We'll do that. We'll go with one off of each side from the middle section, the middle 4. That ties in very nicely.
My sensors show you are slightly thirsty.
Uh-oh, I'm getting thirsty. I might need to take care of that with my massive amount of food and water still. Actually, my food's getting a little low from this stash. I have more dried meat elsewhere. But yes, there we go. Plenty of light right there. That looks really good. I really want to see how much power I'm using now. I've got generator or refineries that are not running. And I've got a ton of power in there too. I mean, 38,440 hours. Let's see, 38,440 hours. That's 24 hours in a day. So that's 1,601.666 repeating days or yeah, days. Divide that by 365. That's 4.38 years that I could let this run. I could sit here with my current consumption, leaving the game on, leaving the computer on, and as long as it did not lose power, did not overheat, burn out anything, it would run for over 4 years with just the lights like this. So I have got plenty of power and to go right now just with that, and I've still got a ton of uranium up there I need to bring down and dump in for the refineries to start working. I'm actually thinking what I want to do, it's because I do have the storage below. I'm going to go ahead and add one container, if it will, you know, rotate the right way. Stop spinny. All right, there we go. We'll add one for now. I think, see how far out it is. I think that's right. Before I commit and top, well, I guess I have to see it. Nope. So I need to go all the way up to the wall. Yep. All right. Yeah. Again. Devs, fix that part at least, please. Or it doesn't like just keep jumping randomly to where it wants to align itself. I think maybe this will work. So right there. Yes. All right. So we'll dump this in place for now, just so I have a singular place to dump in all of the uranium, not having to split it up manually between the different refineries. And I could just dump them in, and this may end up staying as a permanent fixture in this regard because, hey, you know, it's actually an easier method. Just dump everything in there, let them pull as they need to, and then it'll either dump into there or dump into the ones below. I may actually take the cargo boxes out from underneath and do this instead, have it up here. So let's go ahead. How much do I have in storage? Oh, I've actually cleared my storage space down a good bit. So I will go ahead and head back up, see how my production has done, and grab as much uranium or raw uranium as I can, come down and get more uranium production going. All right, so I am back. I have got some more supplies in my inventory, but I also brought down every bit of uranium in the stockpile up there with the mining rigs. Everything is completely emptied out other than what it started bringing in again after I emptied all the storage out. So I've got all that. I also brought down a full stack of uranium rods, or, you know, enriched uranium to add into it. And so now I've got this ready to go. That means we are going to go with 9999. Can I go even more? No, can't. So 4 9s, 9,999 enriched uranium. Right there, setting it going, 9999. And I was going to try and do this where I turned the power off to all of them and start them all at the exact same time. But when you turn the power off, you cannot tell it to build anything. So I could not go in and say 9,999 enriched uranium rods with the power turned off to them. So that means I do have to kind of do it this way, one by one. They're not going to be in perfect sync, but they will be working. And all I have to do is go and flip that off if I don't need to use the power. Now that is 8 total refineries going, along with a ton of storage in there. I mean, a lot of uranium going in that storage. So I want to see how much time it says I have right now with the full production going. So 47,921 hours, and look how it's growing. 952 hours. It is steadily growing, and I have stacks of enriched uranium up the hill. But as I add more stuff to this, I'll be using a lot more power, more production, and eventually the plan is to have this going non-stop, where I just say 9,999, you know, basic frames, and I'll walk away. I'll let it produce, and my goal will be to have the different points where I can fabricate stuff, I build my own design, or more importantly, spawn in a blueprint. My plan is to have some sort of connection with the conveyors, maybe feeding underneath all the way over there, so I have an item dispenser at each location, and I can just basically build without having to go and collect stuff from storage. But we have now, how much time do I have? 48,202 hours. 48,202 hours divided by 24 is 2,008 days. Divided by 365 is 5.5 years. That's 5.5 years, and it's already going up more still from that. So I am going to get this to the point where I could leave this going for probably 2 decades and not run out of power. And this is just from the current setup with generators, uranium generators. I add deuterium generators and all that production going. It is going to be even more insane how much power I have. So I'm going to have tons of power. And of course, eventually I will have tons of uranium production. So it'll probably be, I will need a lot more uranium production. I'll have to have multiple sites that feed in a long chain back here to produce enough uranium to keep these going non-stop. But that's the great thing is I get to a certain point, I'm just going to say, you know what? Done. Turn it off. No more uranium being drawn out. It's stopped, not doing anything. These are stopped, and I just have to turn them back on. That should keep the amount that they still have to make. Yep, still have the same amount. Oh, and that one looks like it did even more. That one did do more. It actually did. It just didn't show it. So, all right, this one's about to be 9991. Yeah, I don't have enough. That's fine. Wow, okay, so you can go beyond 9,999, but that's going to take a long time to produce anyway, so that's enough. I've also realized this won't work. I cannot have the lights like this because that means I have to figure out something else in terms of where I want to put my stairs going to the next level. Now, I've got this, so I'm going to have 2 stacks of stairs going up, which kind of sucks in a way. And I do want to have them in the, like, off the middle section. So this will go up. Or maybe even do it like this. I could always start it here because that won't interfere. Well, no, I would have to take out some of that to walk up. So, yeah, I think it's going to end up being maybe just the back section. I might just have it where the back section goes up on each floor. Or this one goes up, then you turn around and come back kind of thing. I don't know. I'm going to have to experiment with that. But, yeah, I will definitely be having to rearrange the lights a bit. But at least I've got that going. I've got power waiting over on this side for my fabricators. And my fabricators up there are completely stopped. So my first order of business this week in the off-screen time is to get the fabricators brought over here, add some more in. I want to have at least 1 fabricator for each of the major building components. So, you know, 1 just doing basic frames, 1 just doing plating, MK1, and do all that. So basically each of these will have its own fabricator. And I'll just be dumping in the supplies. And I'm really thinking that I will probably need a lot of supplies for that. So I might actually build the fabricators further forward than I did with these. That's just going to be uranium. Later on, I might have another row in front of that that is specifically for deuterium to do that. So I can have separate ones producing separate things. But this, I'll probably actually stack back here the cargo containers and then stack a trunk that goes forward and have a row of fabricators. And then if I feel like I need the extra production level, I'll add another row in front of that doing the exact same thing. So 2 doing basic frames, 2 doing plating Mark 1, so on. That way I will have tons of production. And then what will happen is this will connect to the next floor up, which I could go ahead and do that this week too, get that done. Have it connect to the next floor up on this side where this is connecting everything up top, and the next floor is going to be all storage containers. Like I'll walk up and I'll just look and it's like a big warehouse type thing with just the big containers. Even though small containers, I can get more storage in the same amount of space, it's going to lag things up a bit because of how many containers it's going to treat that it has to open. That's at least my experience in the past. If they fit in the future, I might change things up and just have like a library type thing up on the next floor. But for now, I'm going to get this floor finished in terms of the ceiling, start getting the stairs put in for going up, get all my fabrication going. So I basically will dump all my supplies from there over to here and have everything over here other than my uranium production up there. And that means once that's done, I can keep building up. But the real catch is going to be finding a way to build the mining rigs in a way I want, some kind of platform that then connects back, like say this way to some tower, and then over this way along the outer walls, and gives me my uranium access, which feeds into this side of everything, and then doing the same thing there, having some kind of water-based towers that give support for the connectors to come all the way across here and connect in on this side of the tower, providing my resources for production, stuff like that. And then there are still in the middle of this, I still have these locations, and as I said, I do want to have a trunk of conveyors going towards the middle so I can have item dispensers that way, so everything connects in. So I'll probably build some kind of trunk from the back coming down along the outer wall of the main base section that feeds all the way along here towards those sections, and get myself the cobalt and so forth going there, and having like a underground, you know, power stream going that way too. I'll figure something out for that. Maybe go up the hill instead and get cobalt and such from up the hill, since there should be some on the hillside there. I should be able to find some stuff up that way. So maybe do that, make it cleaner so I don't have to worry about digging out a big pathway underneath this whole thing. But yes, this is starting to come together, and I mean, the amount of production I'm going to have on this is going to be phenomenal. I'll be able to build pretty much anything I want once everything is tied together. Once I have all the resource mining and transport in, I'll just be able to fabricate nonstop everything I need and just have a massive stockpile of supplies. So, oh, hey, I need to build this. Well, you know, it's like here I'm trying to build, it says basic frame, stand next to the dispenser, and it should hopefully say, oh, I have 3,000 basic frames. Oh, great. Yeah, I don't have to worry about running out of supplies anytime soon. So that's my goal for all this, is to have so much production and storage that I don't have to worry about, oh, I am out of this resource. You know, I have tons of it, and it's just a matter of taking time to build it all. So yeah, I've got plenty to do still on this, but man, this is starting to turn out good. And oh, I never did do this section of it all the way forward. I didn't do 3 blocks in, so I've got the roof to do, yeah. But oh man, I'm getting so excited now about this, because just seeing that production of uranium is really getting me eager to get my actual fabrication going. So that is my goal for this week. But that's going to be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to leave me a comment below and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. Of course, leave me comments with suggestions for things on here. I've been reading them. Even if I don't get back to you, I do try to read them all. And so I have kept in mind certain things when I see the comment. So be sure to leave me comments with your suggestions as always. But I am your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.